Everybody, welcome back to another recap of a brand new season of 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way.
Yes.
Uh,
Very excited.
we, yeah. Uh, Episode 1, My Best Friend's Meddling. And when I tell you there was some meddling afoot, um,
Yes.
kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Where would you like to start?
Hmm. Ooh. Where would you like to end?
Um, I'm open ended this week. Everybody was kind of dramatic and a hot ass mess. So
Let's start with I think Natalia, aka Tata, aka New Mary, and
mhm.
James.
Standard issued white man.
Yep.
Yeah.
A blue
Yeah.
collared wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Union.
Yeah.
Teamster.
Yeah.
uh, so it starts in Maine with this white man named James. He's an elevator mechanic. I did not know that elevator mechanic positions are the top 10 dangerous like jobs ever.
Which I guess kind of makes sense when you think about elevator
Because you're in a shaft
shafts.
and all the
Yeah.
darkness and
Think about
cables
like
and
the
things.
horrors that are surrounded with that, like have elevators in them. Somebody's head gets chopped off, or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Because his daddy lost two fingers and, you know, it's dangerous. I get it. Um,
Noah,
mhm.
Noah, no. Okay, I know you're going. Okay, go. Have yeah. Noah's getting her own bank account.
Oh,
I love you.
hey.
Okay, bye.
I know that's right.
Well,
I got mine when I was 11.
uh, I'm not gonna lie to you and say maybe it was
Uh,
not too long after 13, maybe.
yeah, I only say because mine says on my debit card because I've had the same bank account since then. So yeah, it says Xavier DeLo since 1997.
Thank you for being a trusted member of our family since
Yeah,
1997.
yeah. I'm real black. I ain't changing banks for shit.
That's my hello. That's me with my phone number.
Yeah, yeah.
um.
I wish I never changed my phone number. I had a wonderful phone number. I've had great phone numbers, and the one I have now is great. But
Mhm.
my original
Mhm.
it was so kind. You
Hold
know.
on,
Hmm.
y'all. What do you need? Yes, go. Bye. Y'all can't, but y'all gotta stop doing this. I'm in the middle of work. Cut this out.
Oh. Um. So yeah, he's very outdoorsy. Um.
Mhm.
and uh, and stuff, and he does some photography, and he also has a wife named Matalia or Tata. She's from Indonesia.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
they've actually been married for 2.5 years, and
Mhm.
they've been together for 5. They met via the gram.
Mhm.
He does nature photography because he be outside like most white people in Maine do,
He
and
mines gems and fossils and
yeah, he is like a he compared himself to Indiana Jones, but Indiana Jones is rather problematic. So I just,
yeah. I was like, I don't know much about algebra, but I don't know if that white man is on the up and up.
mm-mm,
I
mm-mm,
didn't
because
think so.
it's about pillaging and stealing culture.
Oh yeah,
That's
oh yeah, cause don't they be breaking in and
mm-hmm,
taking mummies and all kinds of shit? Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah,
A
no.
wonderful ride at Disneyland, though I will say. But other than that,
Like
horrible
very
concept.
problematic
Yeah,
concept.
yeah.
Well, he's 33, she's 27. From Cilacap, Indonesia. She's from a very beautiful terrain, aka the Banana City. And like XD said, they met on social media. She is also a self proclaimed, very jealous woman.
Mm-hmm. She is high drama.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. told him she would take his dick off if he cheated on her.
Yeah, which I mean, yes, that is dramatic, but that's not a phrase we haven't heard.
It's
You know,
not, but it's something.
maybe him.
It
He
seems
hasn't
like
heard
he
that.
hears it often, based off of
Yeah,
how it was.
yeah,
Yeah, it seems
because
like
he laughed it off.
he did, but like uncomfortably.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Might not have much to cut off.
This kid
Nervous
here,
laughter.
nervous laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's having some lymph node issues. Actually, her lymph nodes are swelling to the size of golf balls, and she doesn't seem to be getting a lot of answers. She's getting
Mm-hmm.
kind of bounced around in the medical system. So I guess she needs to go back to Indonesia because it's going to be better.
Yeah, this reminded me of that episode of Golden Girls when they got the pig. Rose inherited a pig and they had to take care of it, but they ended up sending it back to St. Olaf because it was homesick. I feel like this is what's happening. I feel like a couple things, right? Like
Hmm.
she can't get hip to Western food. It's probably killing her, like it is us.
Mm.
It's probably air pollution. Like I can the stress.
Environmental.
Yes, I can imagine the stress of the American way might be a toll on her. The fact that she's around white people all day.
Oh, because
Like,
that'll take a toll on anyone's health.
yeah, so like
Hmm.
I get why she's I think it's like some Munchausen's type shit, or like
You
she's
think
it's
so? 'Cause isn't
psychological.
that visible?
Yeah, but I mean, you can coax yourself into thinking you're sick and manifest symptoms.
Oh, you said Munchausen, not what's the hypochondriac one? But I thought Munchausen's when they make it up in their head.
Yeah.
So you think that she conjured it up in her head?
Yeah, like I think two things could be true. I think the food is probably killing her.
I
That's because
definitely
it's
think
killing us.
that. I did.
But I also think she's homesick because we see how dramatic she is. Like
Yes.
this bitch had like a conniption for something very well. It's not small, but like either way. The point is,
Mm.
she's dramatic, and I think she's making some of this shit up in her head.
I think that she is dramatic. I don't. I don't know. I think you make a lot of sense with the environmental and food issues, but I'm like, when it comes to the health, I don't know. I don't know. But they're trying to sell as much stuff as they can to make money, because he's moving to Indonesia. So they're in the middle of the record store trying to sell some vinyl.
Recordings. Because I don't know what type of music that was.
Well, apparently it sucked because that nigga said, "You just gave me 200 records. I cannot do anything with one of them." He said, "This
Yeah.
is a bunch of folk and easy listen."
Which was crazy because that man looked like he would be down to listen to anything,
What?
honestly. You know what I mean? He was a groovy kind of cat,
He
you know?
was. He was like, "Please get out of my consignment shop with your garbage."
Yeah.
It was like he was so friendly in the beginning, and once he realized their music taste was trash, he was disgusted with them.
Disgusted.
Ooh, that tickled me. That tickled me. But they're fighting in the middle of the consignment shop, because she's leaving in 2 days. He's going a month behind her, and he hasn't told his family. He wants to keep this a secret.
Yeah, because I don't understand. Well, I do understand why. His reasoning for keeping it a secret is because he wants to work as much as he can, and he feels that if he tells his family that he's turning his back on the family business, they're gonna strip whatever they can away from him,
Which,
and be like, "No, fuck you, you can't work." So you go on to Indonesia, scram, you know, and that kind of thing.
so he would rather be deceitful.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, know your family, know how they operate, you know.
I know mine.
Navigate.
They're,
Yeah.
they different type of niggas. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but all in all, they're getting ready to go. She's gonna go a month ahead of him, and they haven't told nobody. So she's at the crib while he's at work, and we find out that her hobby turned business is jewelry making.
Etsy queen.
Etsy queen. So she's making all this handmade jewelry, and her black bestie Adele, aka Lavender,
Yes.
comes over
Yes.
to make jewelry and Kiki.
Yes.
I said, this is grown Lavender.
Yeah, they look exactly like this is her.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
From Matilda,
Glasses
if
and
you're
all.
lost by by whatever means. So she basically she has not told anybody. They've told nobody that they are getting ready to move to Indonesia. And so she finally tells bestie Lavender. And Lavender's like, oh, so when are you going? She's like, tomorrow. And she's like, oh, okay, bitch. Well, okay.
Bye.
So she's like, like what? So then, you know, they start talking about family and kids. And Lavender lets it slip, not realizing that it's a slip, that standard issued white man from Maine is scared to have children.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering where she obtained that information.
She said it. She said when they were all last hanging out, it was, I think they were having a cookout, barbecue, something. Tata went to the bathroom, knew Mary. She went to the bathroom, and I guess they continued the conversation that they were all three having about kids and family. And he was like, I'm nervous to have kids. But she didn't take it as anything deep, because she was like, well, if he said it to me, he clearly, like, this is clearly something that she understands about him, because that's what she was saying. She was like, I wasn't aware that he had never said this to you.
Yeah. But I also think being nervous about having children versus being afraid versus I don't want any children.
Want them is different.
Like she jumped hella hoops to get to that.
She did.
Conclusion.
She did. Well, no, what you said? You saying who? Which one?
Tata.
Oh yeah, and Tata, I realized, likes to jump out the window. Like, we learned that in the first episode.
Yeah.
Tata has big feelings, big emotions.
Yeah. Yes.
Inside Out 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. she's got big emotions. So Tata spawns a nuke when she finds out that he not only said this, but said this to Lavender.
Yeah, which is, you know, I could see why that's shady. Like, why are you talking to her about kids and you ain't talk to me about these feelings?
Right.
Like, that's one thing to be upset about.
Absolutely.
But not to carry on as if, you know, like, he doesn't want children and, you know, he's abandoning you for a white woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's, like, everything to her is the end of the world.
It is. It's always big tears and big emotions and I'm curious. So, so Lavender's like, well, damn, I didn't know you didn't know that. Like, I didn't assume he would tell me something he never told you. And in the next scene, it's the time for her to leave. They're both emotional, as if she is leaving for years. As if he is not coming for a very long time. He's coming 1 month behind her. But they are melting down on this bed. And then he drops the okie doke on her. We can't bring the dog yet. Key word, yet. Because apparently it's not a good time for dogs in Indonesia.
Yeah, this is news to me. I didn't know, like, there's a particular time or maybe there's some sort of outbreak.
I know he said there's a rabies outbreak, which is
wild
serious
to learn.
Right.
And why aren't we abreast of that information?
You know why? Our people hide everything. But if the dog goes over there, it runs the risk of being euthanized, getting rabies, and all dogs go to heaven. I don't know. So
Can you imagine? This is not funny.
Not at all.
But like, so like,
Now I'm not imagining her dog getting. I'm just like, what's happening to all the dogs in the land?
Like, yeah, because I'm like, what's going on? Like you go on like CNN, like
That's what I was
Istanbul or something, or CNN Indonesia, and then you see
all
like
dogs literally go to heaven.
yeah,
In today's news, every dog in Indonesia died.
yeah.
God damn.
Like what the fuck?
I didn't know it was gonna be like that. We're not laughing at.
No, I'm not. Like, and that'd be fucked up. Like, I'm bringing my bestie dog Jojo or whatever, and then all of a sudden I gotta throw him in the fucking furnace because it's a rabies outbreak. Like, that's crazy.
I know that sucks. And she acted as if he told her they could never bring the dog. He's like, she can't come right now. But
I'd be
go what?
I would be like a little more sympathetic to her if they couldn't bring the dog ever
At all,
you know?
right. Now, what it gets on my nerves, though, is in instances like this, when we see these moments, I'm like, how long is the period? Like, you're telling me this news, but you're not giving... I just need to know a period of time. Like, how long did they tell you? What are the steps? Because he said there's some steps that I forgot to take. But then he was like, I didn't want to tell you until the last minute because I knew it was going to tear you up. So I'm like, which is it?
Right. Like, did you not get the dog its proper shots or something?
That's what I gathered from it.
And I'm like, yeah, because she was like, you're supposed to take care of this and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't know. But
it was a little weird. They were slipping in their script. I'm
going to be honest with you. I be having a problem with couples where it be a white man and an Asian lady anyway off rip because,
Is this YouTube? No, this is YouTube.
This is YouTube.
So,
and I'm gonna tell you why. Because so many times the white man be fetishizing the Asian lady, and so my guards go up as soon as I see couples like this. So I'm still wary of them off of the strength of that.
Same.
And she's giving New Mary. Also.
Yeah. Same. I have thoughts, that I can't share, but
now that you let me just be out here by myself.
No, because they're worse than yours.
Oh,
okay. So like
I'm just saying the uncomfortable thing out loud, but it's true. Not saying 100% of the time, but 95.
It's also true for the other side too.
Absolutely,
but, hey,
absolutely. Yeah. And this is why I believe in segregation. But anyway,
yeah, it was just put in the wrong hands.
It was put in the wrong hands.
That's literally what happened.
Y'all let the whites be in charge. If we was in charge of the segregation, this would have gone a lot differently.
It's been thriving and alive and kicking. They not like us would mean something. Let's move on to a couple that we know and are familiar with.
White
Shekinah and
Rayu.
Sarper. Yeah, it's just Sarper. He is so entertaining.
He's so entertaining, and I don't want it to be so.
Yeah.
Because he's an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm your kin from Alibaba," and I was like, "Oh." That was a layered joke.
Even from last season, from the reunion, where he was like, "Well, I counted all my bed buddies in the notebook." I was like, this is so terrible. Yeah. But counted all my bed bodies.
Yeah, he speaks in Game of Thrones.
He does.
He speaks in Dothraki,
He's like, the bitchiness is getting more and more.
So, we open up to them doing some weird, kinky role play shit via Zoom.
Yeah. No sex.
Right. We recap last season. You know, they met, blah, 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 whoop-de, whoop-de, whoop. Anywho, she had to go back to America because she couldn't work, Avi.
Yeah.
And, you know, she needed money. So she went back to work as a esthetician. I can never
Yeah.
pronounce that word.
Esthetician
And,
slash
yes.
party promoter.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, there is a thing that they talk about here is that like he has like a thing about counting. So I was like, are you
Which makes
right?
sense for why he's so like,
Yeah.
why doesn't this make sense to you when I say
Yeah.
it? And it's like,
Yeah.
it does, but goddamn, why do you have to say it like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was getting at.
Mm-hmm,
When he started
mm-hmm.
about the counting, I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Oh,
Yeah.
I get
Because
it." There we go.
I said it first, and then he goes, I don't know, maybe OCD or something's wrong with head. But I was like,
I was like, nothing's wrong with your head, but
No.
there's something going on
yeah,
there.
there's a spectrum and you're on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he is very faithful and he's proud of it.
Yeah.
You know, he's even got the softer side going. He's playing dress up with his niece Daphne. But we do learn that since Shekinah was like, I don't want you working with women on the fitness trainer tip, that cut 90% of his income.
90.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What's crazier is him actually going through with that. Not going
Me too. I was so surprised.
I was like,
And
ain't no nigga gonna cut off 90% of my income. I'm just be
hell no. I'll be single. Okay.
Not a single soul.
So he's beginning to resent all of her demands and things because it's stifling to it's cramping his lifestyle, you know.
He's also resenting the fact their distance because he's like, he's like, nigga, it's got to be one way or the other. Like, you can't be gone, and I'm just out here and poor and like no, I need you here with me in bed next to me because I don't want any more bed buddies. So, his money's limited. He can't train his clients. And on top of that, he said her attitude is wilding, but we've all seen when he says an attitude is wild, and that's not always the case. So she goes to meet up with her friends.
Her home days, yeah.
At the dog grooming place. This was the most quintessential
Los Angeles thing ever.
Well, like that particular side of Los Angeles, that particular ilk of Los Angeles. I was like, oh, this is a meetup on selling Hollywood Boulevard Sunset Place. Like this is
yeah.
This
is an Adam Duvall scene.
Oh, very much so. The Real Housewives of Hollywood Boulevard. So they go to the dog groomer and Mama begins to say some of the wildest shit.
Yeah. She lets us know that, like, she excuses all of his behavior.
As always.
She lets us know that as a compromise, you know, for him not working with women clients, that she can't go to parties or she can't go outside anymore.
Yeah.
Because her friends are like, you know, we don't see you at, you know, where do they go on the hills?
La
Espar.
Vein. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't see you out at Ocean, or like we don't see you at blah blah blah. Like you don't go to events.
Oh,
and
where's
stuff.
the
And she's
place
like,
where Heidi crashed Lawrence with a
our bar?
No, the other one. There was another one.
Damn, I can't remember.
Plaque. I don't remember, but yeah, she don't be at the spots.
So she just be at home, you know, not raising her kid because, you know, their daughter's at boarding school.
She's in boarding school.
So she just be at home watching Netflix. So they're like, all her friends are like, girl, are you okay?
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, it's what I want, you know. And then she lets us know like, well, they're like, so what do you do in Turkey? Like, you know, like, how do you do? They're like, basically, we just work out and fuck like
Mm-hmm.
4 times a day. And then she lets us know that she's getting a nose job.
Well, first she says, "Remember, I never wanted to get married. Well, I think I'm changing my mind." And they're like, "Okay." They were like, "But how's that gonna work with y'all's issues?" And she's like, "Well, we applied for the K1 visa for him to come
Yes.
here because then he can make way more money." And I can work, and then all that insecurity shit will be dropped because we'll be in the same place, which that's not how that works. But she was like, but in the meantime, I'm moving over there because we don't know how long it's going to take for this thing to get approved. And then the nose job.
Yeah. Apparently, he's designing a new nose for her. His rationale is because he's the one that got to look at her every morning, that he should have a say in what it looks like.
And she, of course, thinks it's okay because she was also letting him dress her. If we forget, in the last scene, she let him dress her, pick out, this doesn't look good, what eyeshadow works,
Yeah.
very kind.
And I was like, what? I, what? And you okay with this? Like, I get it. Like, and this is how I know that her growing up Amish has sunk in a little bit with her ideas of like control
Yeah. Yeah.
and messiah type of things. You know what I mean?
They're definitely manifesting themselves for certain.
Yeah, because this is fucking weird.
Yep.
Get a matching tattoo. Like, you don't have to have this nigga design your whole like olfactory situation.
So they both think this is in this and this was very shady. Tristan came in while I was watching this part, and he was like, "Who's that? Her mother?" I was like, "No, that's her friend." But her mother friend is growing more and more, and understandably so, uncomfortable with the nature of their relationship. She's like, "Okay, skirt, bitch, hold on. You telling me that this nigga don't make no money? You are not allowed to make money in this capacity. You ready to get married even though that was against your ideals all of this time. And you're about to let him design the very thing that sits in the exact middle of your face. With all of the issues that you all have had, and let's be clear, haven't really for real resolved."
No.
She's like, "Bitch, this is buns." And she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like, it's gonna be great."
No.
So White
Far
Chicago
from.
continues to be clueless, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking forward to more Sarper entertainment.
Same. I
You
can't
would
wait
get-
till they. Yeah, I can't wait till we have Sarper finds love. Because this situation's not gonna work out. We know that. But Matt Sharp can do a dating game show. Like they could do
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
I would watch him have a dating for the love of Sarper.
I would watch for the love of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I would. Um, let's move on to Josh and Lily.
Oh, Bucky's.
Yeah, Josh and Lily. Another relationship that's
Doomed.
yeah. Yeah.
Also, white man, Asian lady. But in
Yeah.
this particular case, nope, not
Nope.
putting it past him. No.
No.
He looks
So-
like the Bucky's rat on the gas.
Oh, the
station.
squirrel. Yeah. He looks like Al from Home Improvement.
He does. Okay, let's call him Al.
So Al, aka Al, is from South Carolina. he is a big kid at
Yeah.
47 years old. Like,
Yeah.
he's into Legos. He's into remote control cars. He's into, video games.
Mm-hmm.
That type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Just,
I'm sorry.
just say it. Well, no, don't say it now. But
No, I can't. Oh, no, I can't. I just got it.
sorry, couldn't resist. I couldn't.
I was like,
resist.
what?
That can't even go on Patreon.
No, it can't. I'm going to watch Team America again for the holiday.
Oh, no.
So, anywho, he moved in with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
My note says it's a bit wild living back at home at almost 50. No shade, but because I was trying to understand why he moved back in with his parents, and that was never explained.
I'm going to assume it's because he quit his job. So
For
that
this move,
move to China, and so to save like money. But I'm also trying to understand, like, I don't know if he quit his job and then they're just like, well, nigga, you don't need to work any. Like, I don't understand why they be having these big gaps.
Yeah, like, it was this like a. Like, how long ago did you sell your house and move in with your family? Was this like,
I missed that part. I also missed how old Lily is.
Oh, she's 46.
She's 46. Okay.
Mm-hmm,
I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know.
A baddie.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So yeah, he's back living at his cop parents' home, because don't think it said police on the mug on the thing. Right. Not only are they cops, they stole from their own department. It's fine. So, he has misophonia, which is hatred of sound. So, like, things that are super loud or like repetitive sounds, like slurping or chewing, whatever, like they stress him out.
I know 2 people with misophonia.
Yeah, no, I was like, bitch, do I have that? Because I get like really irritated or anxiety or stuff. So like I have purchased earplugs that don't like block out. It's not complete silence, but it tunes it down a bit, and so therefore I'm able to enjoy certain things.
So so one friend of mine, they can't handle when they hear a sound, a repetitive sound, and they don't know where it's coming from. That's how their misophonia cranks up. So like there was a little girl next door, and she heard the little girl bouncing a ball, and she was going nuts because she heard that, and it wasn't until she was certain that it was a child bouncing a ball, and she was like, okay, I know what's like I've seen what's happening now. But when she didn't know what was happening, it like drives her to a place.
Oh wow.
I know. I can't imagine.
Yeah, no.
And then I got a cousin who can't hear nobody chew, or she like tears everything up in the house. So.
Oh wow. Wow. Well, they met on a language app, because I was like, damn, you could turn anything into a fucking dating app.
I was like, not y'all on the Babel.
Yeah, and she's trying to learn English. He's trying to learn Mandarin. And they met, and the rest was history.
Yes. He abandoned the language, and they fell in love.
Yeah. So we meet Lily. She's a baddie. She owns her own thing. They've met before. She came to America like 2 years into their relationship, and he proposed while on a trip, and they got married 2 weeks after the engagement. So they're a married couple. he's moving to be with her because Mama is a mogul,
businesswoman, okay, girl
okay,
boss,
entrepreneurs in China, okay. So
top 40, over 40, like she is doing her thing.
Now he can't work in China because they have even more strict visas. I never heard of this before. So he's going there to be on a spousal visa, but he can't work.
Nope.
He has to wait until that transfers into a traditional working visa, and who knows how long that'll take.
5 years. He said
5 years.
So he quit his job. He's moving in on a spousal visa. In 5 years, he can request a resident visa, but for the next 5 years, he is legally not allowed to work while he is in China. And she was like, "Yeah, don't even worry about it. Just come on over. Like I got it. Like girl boss. She's an esthetician with her own products as well and machinery. So Mama is doing just fine. But he's never been to China.
No, he has not.
So not only can he not speak the language because he abandoned it for love, he also is not allowed to work at all, and he's never been to China. This sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. So like his brother Jared comes over. He's asking not soft hitting questions because they weren't the hardest hitting.
No, they were just hitting.
Yeah, and so like his parents can't come to the wedding not because they have visa issues like he lied and said they were. I'm assuming because they don't like the fact that they go into China.
Yeah.
Right.
Back the blue.
Right. So anywho, he's worried about being a deadbeat and not being able to provide. He's like, I'm no George Clooney, and I was like, no, you are not, sir.
Especially when you shade that face.
Yeah, because she was like, you were not attractive.
She was like, Mandarin,
sexy.
English, Spanish. This is ugly.
So then we meet Lily. 90 Day Fiancé is a fool for how they did it.
Yes, they are.
They presented it like it was an episode of Cribs, graphics and everything.
Yes, they did. Pause.
And she was like, welcome to my crib. Lily is a good time.
Let me tell you something. Which means she's going to be a time.
Oh, yes. She likes the bling, and bows are her thing. She has a bow room.
Yeah, which pissed me off. I'm gonna be honest with you. Which wasn't nothing but hating, because I don't have enough room for all of my stuff. But I said, this bitch has a full fucking closet for bows.
Like she has like Kim and Kanye's house used to look like. Like it's very like artsy and
minimalist as fuck.
Yes.
I think it's because she just recently renovated, so she just doesn't have a lot of stuff in there yet.
That's true. She she renovated the home, provided an American styled movie room for him in her crib and everything because for whatever reason she loves him down. And she's okay with being the sugar mama. And so, we also learn that he's been married twice.
Yes.
And this time he doesn't want this one to fail. And, he wants to be a better husband and a better person.
Her English isn't the best. His Mandarin is non-existent.
No, because he gave it up for love.
Yeah. But this translator that he has, I said, they need to sponsor this fucking show, and everybody.
That was a fierce ass translator.
Okay, all he did was talking to the thing, and the thing talked back. Like, I said, where was this when Lydia and Scott were over there having all their internet issues in the Dominican Republic? Yeah. They needed this shit here. I was like, they got to sponsor this shit. But I did.
I also think he asks the translator. he speaks English in a way that would be easily translatable to Chinese. Because I was like, no one would actually ask this question this way. But I guess because he understands the structure of the language, it's helpful.
And also, like, we speak lazy a lot of time. So when we
Sure.
actually speak using, grammar and all of that,
The white man's grammar.
Yes, talk about that. Talk about how it's the white man's, the British man's grammar. But so the translators are racist, obviously. Now, I cracked up when she was talking about all the renovations on the house because she has fully renovated this bitch for him. Fully. She goes, "This house has left me bankrupt." And he was like, "Whoa there, girl, hold on, let me tell you what bankrupt means. It means you don't have no more money at all, like at all." And she was like, "Okay, well then broke."
Yeah.
And I was tickled. But that was essentially them. He's getting ready to go to China, and this is going to be a disaster.
And then last but not least, oh boy, Fifi Dobson and
Inky.
Billy Eichner, or Eichner. I forgot how you say his name, but yeah, Inky. He is
A Neanderthal.
Yes. Yes, that's a kind word to say.
He's a big,
He
white,
Viking looking son of a bitch, you
Nordic.
know, like he's like
man.
herring diet, like that's like
I have a
moose,
name,
raw
but I don't want to
wildebeest.
have.
Yeah, I have several observations.
Yeah, same. But
Yeah,
we're trying to be better people.
yeah. Well, we could start with Corona, right? She's an alt black girl.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll say it. Yeah, he does look like. Yeah. Topsy turvy. Like.
Notre Dame.
Yeah. But yeah, Corona, she's an alt black girl.
Yeah, she does OnlyFans doula content.
Yeah, which was interesting. But yeah, she's a doula. She's a self-proclaimed pussy preservationist, which I was like, I too am a pussy preservationist,
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I in the efforts of preserving my pussy, I guess I am too.
Yeah, we should all preserve
our pussies. Yes.
Yeah.
Pickle
Either way, yeah, she's 30 and lives in Philly. She's a registered nurse. She graduated from UPenn. Good for her. She is pro queer, on the right. She's
on the right side of politics.
Yeah. She is a walking nonprofit. Okay.
She's a cat mom of 2 hairless
show cats named Tits and Tricks. She's had a hell of a life. Like, she's been on her own since 16. She was a go-go dancer as a minor. She ran away from home, but she just kind of just left.
Stayed gone.
Yeah, stayed gone.
Relatable content.
Yeah.
Put herself through college. I was like, this is me.
Yeah.
Is that me with gauges?
Yeah.
No, I would never move for no white man. But
because in 2 weeks she's moving to Iceland to be with Inky. Topsy turvy.
Tristan was still in here. He goes, so where's she going? And I told him, and he goes, yuck.
Yeah, where the puffins roam. So she went on an excursion to Iceland because a girl like her would go on an excursion in Iceland. And she went to a party, and then she ended up going to one of the afties, and she ran into, Topsy Turvy.
Yeah.
You know, topsy turvy.
That's what we're gonna call them.
You know. I knew that movie was gonna be whack because the toys that they offered, it didn't go to McDonald's.
Sucked.
It went to Burger King.
You always
Oh my.
like not the D League.
Yeah.
Which we've since learned that McDonald's is boo, but also
What did I get the other day?
not the other day.
Not from McDonald's.
Oh.
It was Wendy's, and it was a SpongeBob character.
Why they still make? Why SpongeBob is like 30 years old? What?
I know. Yeah, I got a Sandy toy. Yeah.
They were like,
You know, I've
respect the
never-
classics.
I've never watched an episode of SpongeBob.
If I'm being honest with you, I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of SpongeBob. I don't even know if I've seen 15 minutes of SpongeBob.
I know I haven't. I don't like the animation makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it makes everything. Because Nickelodeon did everything weird, like crusty and butt like.
Yeah.
Like it was weird.
Yeah. And I don't like SpongeBob's eyes.
Yeah. I just didn't care for the animation. But maybe at one point maybe for an ABC show we'll watch episodes of SpongeBob.
Maybe because niggas really do love SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, they be 40 years old wearing SpongeBob pants and things and having and holding the thing like it's the emotional support something. It's interesting. But anywho, Corona's queer friends come over. Leo and Christy, trans non-binary people. Leo is pregnant and over it and is like
understandably so.
And Corona is making a point to let them know that, hey, I'm leaving, but I'm coming back to help deliver your baby.
Yeah.
Now, Corona, I learned so much in this episode. So apparently, University of Pennsylvania has a midwifery program. Which
is dope.
I was like, that's great.
I told you I wanted to be a doula.
I see that for you.
Yeah, I see it for me too.
That's just a lot of.
It tracks, right?
Yeah. It's a lot of connecting and being present with.
You know, and harnessing my nurturing skills and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anything. Yeah. Nature, natural. I see that for you. But she is putting her career goals on hold and trying to see if she could apply for a program at the University of Iceland because they have a midwifery program there as well.
They have one midwifery program. Now, Leo and Christy are asking the hard-hitting questions. I'm sorry. Yes, they're asking her questions. Who is this person? What do but they support whatever it is that she's choosing to do. But then there's a group that does not, and that would be her family.
Oh, yes. Because Corona, presents herself as... she's very black. Because I was going to say, she presents herself as alt and not necessarily all that black, but no, she's a black girl from Philly. She just got gauges. That's all.
She just got gauges. She's actually from Texas, they said. But she lives in Philly now. And that tracked even more because I said, this is a sturdy black family.
Yeah. So she, based on her being a runaway or whatever, she doesn't really bang with her family. She's like, the further I am from them, the closer we are.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been down that road. And so she go over to her mama house, and it's her sister and her granny and her mama. They all having cocktails at home. Her mother is hard of hearing, so she uses a tablet. This is the time where she decides to let them know that she's going to leave the country for this white man.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, Granny, and I quote, "I don't like people."
Well, what's his name? Inky, Winky, Stinky.
What's his name on his driver's license? What's his last name?
I don't know.
They have they have different. What's his driver's license say?
Well, I don't. I've never seen it. Well, well, has he ever been married before? No, he's never even been in a relationship. Well, what the hell is wrong with him then?
Oh no, he's a killer. Oh, he got a movie probably made after him.
It was all
No,
kinds of quotables.
right now I thought some of those things because I was like, he 38 and he never been in a relationship. I'm not saying that's
I
a red flag. I'm
I'm
just
just
saying that's
saying
some
it's
sort of
yellow.
flag. Yeah,
I'm just saying it's yellow.
it might not be red, but there's a flag there, and also,
And if you see him, there's a flag.
yeah, because then I had to consider. I was like, well,
Nope. YouTube.
a person that perhaps looks that way might not
No.
engage in they may have not had the opportunity to be.
I don't think that he is off the beaten path of most of them Nordic people, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm sure where he's like a basement zero here, he's probably like, and not even because I'm sure somebody,
No.
clearly an American is into him, but like, he's probably like an Icelandic,
I think
five.
he's a standard issue Nordic man.
Yeah, like he looked, Picasso-y, I don't.
That that tracks.
I don't know.
But her family ultimately does not want her chasing no man, and I'm sure they don't want her chasing no man to Iceland.
Yeah, because they ask if there's black people in Iceland, and she's like, "Well, it's not diverse," and they said, "Oh, hell no."
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is what pissed me off about her, because she was like, because her parents were like, or her family was like, "Listen, does he know you for real, for real?" Because apparently she got anger issues. And she's like, I haven't unleashed all my angry black womanness on him, because she was like, that's unfair to him, and it's not fair to unleash the beast on his soft ass, is what she said. So she's quote unquote soft partnering him. So I was like, this is so dumb, right? So why will you be with somebody if you can't be your full self? And two, I'm not going to. Yeah, no. That wasn't the move to say or to do.
No, that was the first time I'd ever heard the term soft partnering.
She made it up, but that sounds very TikTok-y.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what about this is getting on my nerves? Because I have to be asking myself, is it my own millennial angst or something else? And I said, no, something about this just seems like a term that y'all made up.
Dumb.
Yeah, and I don't like it. Soft partnering.
Yeah, she's not letting all her craziness, jump out.
This like they took gentle parenting and then they just decided to asshole it up. Yeah.
And I don't even call gentle parenting, I think, is a weird term too. I just call it parenting. Don't beat your fucking kids.
This is what I'm saying. Treat them like humans.
Yeah. Just don't strike your children. My God. Or don't hit your partner, because that's what this gives.
No, it was given TikTok-y. It was given TikTok-y, and I don't know, handling this white man with these kid gloves, and it's like, oh well, he can't handle all of what I have to offer generally, so that's why I'm not ready to unleash it on him in that way. And I'm like, okay, I don't like these things.
That's stupid.
That I'm reading between these lines.
Yeah, but that was them. For this week, great first episode, and I'm sure we have 19 more to go.
Oh, we absolutely do, and probably at least 3 more couples to meet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
At least. Yeah.
So until next time, friends. Bye. All right.
I was like, are we gonna